I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though? All right, y'all. We back talking about Sweet Lord. We talked about the intro last week, and now we're moving on. This album is only on Dat Piff. It's hard to find. Versions on YouTube are missing songs. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this, man. But at the end of the first episode, or of the first Sweet Lord episode, Brilla 40, on Patreon, the whole album is there. And we might post the whole album, a link to the whole album separately or whatever. So if you want to listen to it there, that's fine. If you want to go to Dat Piff, I think there should be a link somewhere in this, whatever, description of this podcast. So I'm going off the order that is on Dat Piff. This was my first entry into Dat Piff. And Dat Piff may have the stats, but I believe, once again, 2007. It's the Ninth Wonder and Murs present. I think that was part of my workaround for the label. Yeah, it doesn't have a date on it when it was entered into the Dat Piff system. It just originally appeared between 2005 and 2023. So this is towards the beginning of the mixtape era. Pay Dues episode is still live there if you want to talk, but there's a lot going on during this time. And this leads us to the first song, Are You Ready?, which is more of a Murs and Ninth Wonder trying to do a banger.
I was the last one chosen for the first team. Now welcome y'all to the Ninth Wonder Murs dream. Ghetto music with a purpose. Y'all know we do this at your service. Two of the world's most respected musicians are now at work. I suggest you listen.
Just like a banger, not heavy on the lyrical content, because Ninth and I, unlike some of the fans and the genre I get pushed into, and he along with me when he works with me, we go to clubs, we dance, go to clubs where men dance with women, and it's not just a bunch of people watching one man or woman dance in a circle or looking at one person rap and waving your hands. That is all fun. That is great. Things I enjoy as well. But we also enjoy a little bump and grind. And we're from the era when there was actually you and a girl dancing, doing similar dances. For the new generation, imagine if the dances you do on TikTok, you were standing across from a girl and you guys were doing the same TikTok dances together to that TikTok song. That's what it was like. Like, I remember dancing with girls at the sock hop.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
You're doing the running man, I'm doing the running. We're doing moves in front of each other. Not a dance battle, just dancing with the... I guess it was kind of like capoeira, as much as I'm not a capoeira fan. But, you know, but with a woman. And then there was slow dances, so you slow dance. And then there was songs that you freaked dance to. That freak was a dance. It wasn't the whole dance. Now everybody just put your genitals on my genitals and let's gyrate, and I don't know. But being that we're from this era, making danceable music was important to us. And now I kind of have a producer that's capable of it. He's doing songs for mainstream artists. I know that we've been in the club together. And we spoke briefly on the Murs for President intro episode about Kwame and him telling me the story, which is something I knew, but it really solidified that my theory was sound. I won't say it was correct. Still a theory. But Kwame being on tour, Digital Underground, NWA, you know, Ice-T, Too Short, all these people touring together, Salt and Pepper, X-Clan, Public Enemy, like Conscious, Pop, and Gangster, all on the same stage. There really was no underground hip-hop to me yet. Underground hip-hop was just, in the late 80s, just emerging. Because all hip-hop was somewhat underground and not underground. It was just all one. But the thing was, it was a certain BPMs, certain drum breaks. You could, no matter, Kwame and Eazy-E were talking about two very different things, but you could dance to both of them because music is to dance to. I can't tell you exactly when it happened, but I say somewhere around the mid-90s, it became about which sample. The MC, the producers, to me, got as nerdy as the MCs. MCs using these words, how can we flip this different ways? How can I use my voice to be different and do technical things? Producing, some hip-hop production or beat making got extremely technical. Oh, I found this rare record that no one else has, and this break, and it started being cerebral, not a full body music. So a lot of underground hip hop is very cerebral, and that's why you nod your head. You don't move your body. To me, that's the theory. Like, you're just nodding your head. And it's a dope beat, and there's rhythm to it. So you're nodding your head, but you're nodding your head because I think the producers are thinking more than they're feeling in certain sects of hip hop, and underground hip hop being one of those. It's a nod your head. This is where lo-fi comes from. But as producers started making head nodders and not club bangers, people blame it on the Illuminati, and it was what they were saying. No, people with a positive message, stop having beats you could dance to. X-Clan slaps.
Letters to words, word to phrase, to paragraph. Heed math as J begins class. Science or past is now brought to the rhyme fix. From the scroll, straight to the verse. God to gods, from gods to man. Many kings, many leaders, a fist from my hand. They call me militant, now what does this mean? Do I carry a gun to make the army scene? With the cause I never pause, as simply as the brother.
Three Melancholy Gypsies does not slap. That's my group. Sunsprayed with the fucking Nirvana loop does not slap. Does it sound good? Yes.
For everything there is a time. I'm stealthy, I'm mentally taking you well. I happen to be an MC that cannot be defeated by anyone else.
Does Eli make great beats? Yes. But they're not bangers. Some shit does slap, but it's not a banger. You can't dance to it. And now, because we've gone so long without conscious lyrics over funky or danceable music, it sounds weird. People will say, you don't want to hear all that over a club type beat. You did at some point. It just hasn't been done in so long because we got really into the science of production as well as the science of words, and everything became very intellectual, which is great. But a lot of people would blame it on the content. It's not so much the content. And it's something that Wesley Snipes' character touched on in Mo Better Blues. I don't remember the exact lines, but like, you motherfuckers stop making shit basically that club people like. I'm not trying not to use the N-word, but
It incenses me that our own people don't realize our own heritage, our own culture. This is our music, man.
That's bullshit.
Why?
It's all bullshit. Everything you just said is bullshit.
Come on.
Yo, Blake, out of all the people in the world, you never gave anybody else, and look, and I love you like a step brother, but you never gave nobody else a chance to play their own music.
What are you
complaining about?
I'm talking about the
people
audience.
never come. That's right. The people don't come because you grandiose motherfuckers don't play shit that they like. If you played the shit that they like, then the people would come. Simple as that.
I see.
Like me, that's what I'm gonna do.
I see.
That's it. Not lyrics. People loved NWA as much as X-Clan at one point. And also, I believe that if you give white America, who, once the album went gold at this point in America, 70% of the people who bought it were white. That was a fact I read early on in Rolling Stone, some magazine. So I can only say it was fact because of that, but it seems about right. There's not enough, just odds and numbers and population. So X-Clan is rapping conscious, but they're also challenging white America, and some people may say demonizing or talking down to white America. And white guilt wasn't a welcome feeling back then.
African, very African. Come and step in brother's temple, see what's happening. You'll taste the bass flow coming from a zero. Tell me what a sissy know. Funk lesson is a new flow. Stalking, walking in my big black boots. Living off the earth, eating herbs and fruits. The children await me by the mountain and the river and gather around the fire for the scroll that I deliver. Let's speak of a house that's from the sand to the sky. And devils ever doubt and wanna measure how high. Your logic reveals you, your mind can't catch it. Dimensions of a god go far beyond brackets. Come into my oven, devils, come and you burn. I can always be a vulture with the strength and black word. You're pissing me off because you swear you're higher level. Back to your cave, get yourself together. Chili and McGilla, chocolate and vanilla. How can polar bears swing on vines with the gorillas, please?
A lot of people, some people like to listen to that and open up that box for themselves as a white. I'm not going to speak to that experience. I don't know what that is. But I can tell you it's much more, I feel like it's easier for a white child in the suburbs to say straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucking name Ice Cube, than it is to be like, you know, what is blackness? You know, I'm blacker than the darkest shadow in the darkest alley that you're always scared to go in. Boo, I wear beads and braids. Oh, man.
They couldn't comprehend when I brought the word. A stick called verb, a black still nerve. Teaching those actors and actresses who write a couple lines on what black is. Really? Then they label me a sin. When a brother just speaks what's within. I guess I'm blacker than the shadow in the darkest alley that they're always scared to go in. Boo, I wear boots and beads, bags and braids, stick and scroll, rings and shades. Walk in the light of the moon, but I never been a Batman. African, call it black man. Brother extracts the African steps in your
walking, stalking in my big black boots, living off the land, eating urban fruit. Like that's not attractive to a white kid, as attractive to most white kids in the suburbs as fuck the police. Fuck the police. So that helped. But the music doesn't grab you. You know, like BDP slaps. Like you could dance to some KRS One. Once it became thought-provoking, the music matched the lyrics. Became a new thing. Not everybody's a book reader, you know?
Yes. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
This is hip hop for people who can read, literate hip hop. We wanted to go back to something like danceable or try. I think this is a failed attempt. I don't think that is my calling. I'm not the best dancer. I'm rhythmically challenged. But I can dance. My mother made sure of that. But this is not my thing. I am an intellectual. I am a reader. I am a writer. I am a storyteller. As I'm not doing songs anymore and working on books now, and this podcast and trying to structure it, I think this whole time maybe I've been an author. I'm not a fucking rapper. I'm a writer. For sure.
Writers never die. Writers never die. Writers never die.
But at this era of my life, I was outside in clubs, getting lap dances and dancing with women in clubs. And during the recording of this album, it was the birth of True School, where Ninth, Post Little Brother was going out and DJing with T. Reeves and Cousin B and doing True School parties where they played New Jack Swing in a certain era of black music. And it was lit because we were all in our 20s and 30s, not really trying to do all trap or 3-6 Mafia or, some of us like both, but we wanted to still hear the jams. And where do you go for that? True School fed that audience, the HBCU audience, the audience that I'd never, we had a little bit of like a club called Juju and the Soul Children here, but it was a little still more left of center than True School. True School's just during the pandemic just got popular on the West Coast to me, getting the props it should. But this has been going on since 06, 05, 06, 07 on the East Coast. And being at these early parties, man, so we took a break from this to do a couple True School parties from recording. We did. I missed the DC trip. When they did the DC trip, I went back to LA for matters of the heart, so to speak, and went to Virginia. But Philly I did do. And shout out to Steph Tees again. She sent me a great DM. But yeah. Partying at the Mar Bar with Moni Love.
My sister, tell me what the trouble is. I'll try to listen good and give the best advice that I can give. So, what's up with you this time? Your honey took a dive and now he's playing with your mind. Oh no, this cannot be accepted. The feelings that belong to you must be protected.
It was a Philly happening, like partying in that night in Philly and then going back to the studio was amazing. And we wanted to make something that he could play there. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I have the voice for it. It's just, we wanted to try. It was something that was happening. We weren't in the studio thinking, we got to make a hit. We didn't even know when this record was coming out. We just wanted to make something that was reflective of what we were doing. Making music with a purpose is what I say in the song, and we're at your service. I always feel like I'm at the service of the public. Like being an MC for me is being a public servant. One of the first time I say Cuz or Blood on a Ninth Wonder track, trying to make music, ghetto music with a purpose. That's what it was. Here we are at your service. Cuz, Blood, like referencing street culture instead of leaving it like LA street culture can be boom bap, can be, that was me reaching. There's a line where I start with walking, stalking in my high top dunks, still talking about dunks, still wearing dunks, walking, stalking in my big black boots, living off the land, eating herbs and fruits. Direct quote of Brother Jay, just shouting him out because he made danceable conscious music, and that's what I was trying to do with this song.
I was the last one chosen for the first team. Now welcome y'all to the Ninth Wonder Murs dream. Ghetto music with a purpose. Y'all know we do this at your service. Two of the world's most respected musicians are now at work. I suggest you listen. It's the new sound, champion bound. Respect the OGs that handed it down. We won't bow down, lower our standards for these adolescent idiots with no manners. That's what it is, cuz, that's what it be, blood. You see the future of this music when you see us. Walking, stalking in my high top dunks. Fly hip hop banging out my trunk. I had to hop out at a stoplight once. Punk try to say that what I write don't bump. Man, my tracks bang like gang life ain't right. Brothers pop off and get popped in the same night. Looking like, feeling like, dressed like a Rasta. Dreadlocks swinging but no marijuana. But you could blow yours behind closed doors or do it real big on the dance floor. Cause this jam's for you and yours. Another banger that'll even out the damn score.
Looking like, feeling like, dressed like a Rasta. Dreadlocks swinging but no marijuana is how I start another verse. This is the first time this album was coaching me on my voice. And he's like, yo, can you just say that like Be Real? And to me, it didn't play, but it was worth it. This is also training for me to do songs like this because I'm still doing Murs for President sessions around this time. I don't think if I don't do this and work with Ninth and Ninth work with me on my voice and my delivery, I don't believe I make Lookin' Fly as good as I did. I still think Lookin' Fly needs a lot of work, but it's one of my bigger songs and we'll get to it later. But it's a somewhat danceable, banger, up-tempo record.
Ooh, I'm about to spread my wings, I'm looking fly. Ooh, I'm about to spread my wings, I'm looking fly. Ooh, I'm looking, yeah, I'm looking fly. Yeah, I'm about to spread my wings, I'm looking fly. Yeah, I'm about to spread my wings, I'm looking fly.
I felt comfortable approaching that beat because of working on this. And at the time, I didn't make this thinking it was cringy. I could look back now, it's kind of cringy, but I thought it was a solid banger. I thought we did what we set out to do. The raps aren't bad. It just doesn't play. My rhymes are there, just as good as Soulja Boy or anyone else that makes music you could dance to. It's just the I don't know, the vibe just doesn't play. So, but everything's a step. You learn from your mistakes, and even if your missteps or mistakes don't really look like mistakes at the time, or some people may love the song. I hate when my favorite artist ruins a song for me. I don't think it's a bad song. I can just see where I learned and have done better. First time we had a woman singing a song, first time we had a female voice on a record, I believe, like a live female voice, and I wasn't there. Ninth had someone come and sing this part, so shout out to whoever that is. And sorry that I didn't get to meet or get to credit you. Forget who it was, man. Dang it.
So, are you ready for me? Prepare yourselves for what you are about to see. Amazing, entertaining, lyrical are we. We'll show you how it's done, just let your mind be free. So, are you ready for me? This is the main event, so get up out your seat.
Moving on, speaking of ladies, this next song, Nina Ross.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre story that I got about this chick in a car. I met her at this bar in Philly called the Mars. True school party and I'm feeling like a star. I'm chilling with the boys, we out to make some noise. Fishing for a missus, mission search and destroy. You know the hit and run, you smash then you dash. Or you can fall in love soon as you get that ass. For me I was just chilling, that's really not my thing. Tonic with some lime and I'm scoping out the scene. Then I see Miss Thing, I like to have my sights. Vision of perfection, my obsession for the night. Is she black or she white? Or another slight mix? Mexican or Asian, dark skin, white chick. Y'all know that's my thing. I jumped on it quick. Thicker than a snicker, had to kick it to the miss. She said, my name is Nina. I said, you know I'm a musician with a penchant for Latinas. She said, that's cool, I'm black, South African in fact. I understand your Spanish, but your accent is whack. Quick on the attack, I kept my composure. Should I fall back, man? I pimped in closer. My English is just fine, and your beauty is sublime. On this continent, miss, you should constitute a dime. I'm cool with the rhyme, but slicker with the drag. And in a few minutes, I'll be feeling on her ass. For her, she just laughed. I caught her by surprise. Said I need directions. I'm lost in your eyes.
This is definitely made after the Mar bar. So I said, made her at a bar in Philly called the Mar. True school party, and I'm feeling like a star. Like, like we got some cred. Murray's Revenge is out, and I'm in the club now, but I'm not. I'm in a club full of people who would have heard Murray's Revenge. It's not. As Murs for President goes on, there's people when I go into mainstream clubs that are like, oh, that's the guy from MTV, or that's the guy that's on the billboards, or that's the guy. Like being famous because, and the DJ might know who I am because most DJs, regardless if they're club DJs or backpack DJs, have been backpack. They're aware of all hip hop. So I might get a shout out on the mic or a bottle or something, and people are like, oh, it's the guy. And someone may take a picture with me, and then it becomes a thing. Like, oh yeah, that's that guy from. But this was like me feeling like, oh shit, people in this place where people are, girls and guys are dancing and they're serving liquor are fans of mine. Whoa. That was a moment in Philly where we were performing in the basement of the Unitarian church. I've been to Philly, used to be able to pack a room in Philly, but not that type of spot. So it felt good and, new feeling. So I had to write about it. So Nina Ross is a play on that. And Cousin B, who I believe is now like the curator for Tiny Desk, not now, but has been. One of the reasons that Tiny Desk, though, he works for NPR. He had two little stories. He was the first person to break down a line on a Brooklyn Zoo. Y'all know how I feel about Wu-Tang. Brooklyn Zoo, not quite another feeling. My children know this song. Bath Time classic. The clean versions, I definitely do the clean version because there's a lot of N-words when you do it dirty.
As you can go, the lows and roll, without a doubt, I never been taken out by a nigga who couldn't figure, by a nigga who couldn't figure, by a nigga who couldn't figure how to pull a gun trigger. Get out of here! When they get too close to the utmost.
In the energy building, taking all types of medicine, because you thought you were, I always thought he said energy building, taking all types of medicine. Cause you thought you were better than.
In the G building, taking all types of medicine. Cause you thought you were better than a son. I keep planets in orbit while I become.
So I'm riding with Cousin B, and we're like, man, what happened? Maybe he didn't go to the Mars with us. And we're like, what happened, bro? And he's like, man, I was in the G building. And they all said, oh man, you were sick? Like everyone in the car got it. But me, I was like, what do you mean? And they said, nigga, like in the G building, taking all types of medicine. Oh, that's what he said. So in their circle, when you say you were in the G building, that means you were sick, taking NyQuil, whatever. You know what I mean? So he's like, man, I was in the G building. They're like, oh shit, you was that fucked up? I'm like, wait, what are we talking about? Where's the G building? Where is this building of G's? Oh, in the G building, taking all types of medicine because you thought you were better than when you're sick. I took it to be a reference to like prison when they put you in a psych ward and you're taking all medicine because you're out of your mind thinking you're better than old dirty bastard A-Son. He keeps playing this in orbit. Man, I'm just telling you, bro, seeing that man perform that when I was 15 years old at, the Palace in Hollywood during the Rap Sheet conference, and this man came out shirtless, late, drunk, and sung Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then went into that.
Somewhere over the rainbow, why? Nah, I just playing, y'all. I'm the one man on the A-song. I never been taken out. I keep MCs looking out. I drop science like girls, we dropping babies. Enough to make a nigga go crazy.
Later on, I found out that he did that often with the thing, but it felt pure. It felt raw, old and dirty. So that's shout out to Cousin B for that. But he's done greater things. But Tiny Desk is cool. But have you ever had Cousin B explain to you the real meaning of in the G building?
In the G building, taking all types of medicine. Cause you thought you were better than a son. I keep planets in orbit.
Next one is my brother Vince. We have the same birthday. He's a dental professional. Great man. Most of these guys were, not for a North Carolina college educated black man at 30 is a California black man from the streets at 50 or 40. I don't know. They were on some wife and kid shit before I was even able to I was just thinking about it. And a lot of it is because they made it look cool. Like you can still be married and outside and having fun and be a respectable gentleman and a good family man and husband within reason. Like nobody's getting wasted. We're not carrying each other out. So that's where Nina Ross, when we get into the song, the taking a girl home, that was not happening at true school parties. At least for me. At the end of this night, I don't know if this night, but the homegirl Steph was telling me like I walked her to a cab and made sure she got home. Something like that. I try to be on my P's and Q's at all times, especially in this era. Haven't always been. And that's another facet of Nina Ross, but I'm working on getting my shit together. But because of this example, some of the true schools, Ninth and Vince and these people are setting. So our fun after the show was talking about more hip hop and going to the Wawa, cuz, as they say. Wawa is like 7-Eleven for Philly in that area. They have sweet tea. They have tasty cake. I have a sugar addiction. I just heard something thanks to homie Dre on Instagram. Posted some interview with the guy saying that 100 years ago, like we would take 100 times more sugar than we did in the 40s or something like that. So a 20 ounce of Coca-Cola is as much sugar as the average human had in a whole year in 1940, whatever. That's how fucked up we are. Now, I've had 50-11 root canals, all kind of shit. I am addicted to sugar. It is after the club where I knew before I knew, but not that I would stop. But like alcohol is just refined sugar, so more sugar. Now I want more sugar, so I'm drunk and we're at Wawa and I get a sweet tea and tasty cake. Tasty cakes are these they're like Hostess. We didn't have them. We do not have them on the West Coast. Yellow cake with chocolate frosting is the best thing on earth. If it's not made by my grandmother, Mrs. Bowers, it's still great, but she makes the greatest thing. Greatest cake. I had a girlfriend, live-in girlfriend. My grandmother made me a cake. I did not share it with her. A whole cake. It's trauma-based. When I was younger, we had a guest at our home who has a food addiction. I was asleep. This guest, I was maybe 5 or 6, my mom or my grandmother, someone had made the yellow cake with chocolate icing, had done something nice, or it was my birthday. The whole cake was there. It was mine. But I share it with my family. At this point in my life, I had to be 6. We're still in an apartment on Hoover. This individual came over, cool enough with the family that my mom woke up in the middle of the night and from New York, entertainer. My mom is, platonic relationship. My mom made this individual a bacon cheeseburger. My mom used to make the base bacon cheeseburger. Like bacon, cheese, barbecue, like real cheddar. Made him a double bacon cheeseburger on whole wheat bread with, I could still see because I woke up like, what the fuck is going on? I could smell it. It woke me up out of my sleep. Went back to sleep, said hello to the individual, went back to sleep. Everyone went to sleep. My mom made the sandwich for him, let him sleep on the couch. I woke up. This individual, by hand, had eaten the whole cake. My mother hid it from the individual, knowing that they had a food addiction. The individual smelled it out in the fucking house, in the cupboards, above the fucking refrigerator, behind some shit, smelled it out. And I'm going to paint like you wake up in the morning and the scene of the crime, the crumbs, the chocolate he had passed out, like an obsession, slumped over with the dead body, aka my crumbs of my chocolate cake and cake platter in front of them. Since then, I do not share these cakes. It's rare, unless they're homemade. It's rare to have a store-bought version of this cake. Earl's has it, another reason I love Earl's. And Tasty Cakes makes them. When I discovered this on tour, now you have some background. I was excited. Being in a metropolis, because they don't have them at every deli in New York. New York is great. I learned you can get late night food and not have to go to a diner. You can get an egg sandwich any time of the fucking night or a slice of pizza. It's amazing. But Tasty Cake, a yellow cake with chocolate icing, with sweet tea and more liquor if you want, depending on the time. No, I don't know if Wawa has liquor. But lots of various other snacks and goodies. Bro, we walked from got out of the cab, whatever, hotel car, walked down to the Wawa. We mobbed in the Wawa, a bunch of, middle-aged black, or not even middle-aged, 20 black men in their 20s and 30s, joking. We got jokes from the club, jokes about music, having a great time. My brother Vince gets a sub sandwich wrapped in foil. We go back to my room or one of the rooms. We're all on just a bunch of dudes hanging out on beds, like kicking it, watching Sports Center, talking shit. Sports Center is a must. There's no better, more entertaining group of people than the Jamla True School family to watch Sports Center or American sports with. I love it.
This is Sports Center.
When we get to talk about Bright Lady and that big TV in the front room, there's always sports on. And anytime it could be a basketball player from Duke or Torrey Holt hanging out in the fucking on the couch, debating sports with you. It's amazing. So we're talking sports. This motherfucker Vince, toasted, drunk, put the foil sandwich in the hotel microwave and kept heating up. Dings. I don't know how long he put it on for. And finally I said, my nigga, cuz what is going on? What do you got in there? He picked up the sandwich. It was literally on fire. It just, there was no reaction to it. He's so drunk, like eyes almost closed. He grabbed the sandwich and he's walking across my hotel room. I don't know if I snatched it, threw it in the bathtub. I was like, Vince, what are you doing, bro? Like I thought we were all going to be like, these are the old American buildings, Philadelphia brick buildings, like where you see the fire ladder, like in movies, the fire ladder comes up, the infernos. I'm thinking we're at the beginning of a fucking inferno. These old curtains finna catch on fire. These plastic ass comforters they put on the bed. The old dust, everything's about to go up in flames. This whole brick fucking building's gonna be like the movies. The fucking Keystone Cop type shit. The ladder falls up against the window. People start, throwing babies out the window onto fucking trampolines type shit. I'm thinking that's finna happen, bro. So Brother V and the Flaming Sub of Doom. I say it to this day, bro. Every time I see him, it's been 20 years almost. Brother V and the Flaming Sub of Doom. My dude was about to doom us with the flaming sub. There's like the Home Alone thing where Joe Pesci's character's head is on fire. Joe Pesci's head was the fucking sub sandwich. And oblivious, like, looking at it as if it were a candle or he was about to eat it. Like one of those things where like maybe it was a mirage. It still looked like a good sandwich to him. He didn't see the flames leaping off of the fucking foil and sandwich bread. Oh, man. This nigga about to kill us. Nina Ross.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre story that I got about this chick in a car.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rap style from me, the B.I.Z. Rest in peace to Biz Markie.
Go off. Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B.I.Z. arcade out with the Ian. You will be agreeing. A brother ain't a brother. LSC is say like G.
If you haven't watched the Biz Markie documentary on Showtime, please do it. It's amazing. Shout out to Sasha Jenkins, my brother who directed it. Dope.
He was like, yo, I got this idea for this song. And he starts singing. Oh, baby, you got what I need.
He was the music, he was the style, he was all the aspects of hip-hop. People love Biz, man.
We are paying homage to Biz with that. This was Ninth Wonder's choice. He said, this is a story song. I don't know what it's called, but I need you to start with ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre. That's all. That's what you got to do. So I believe Ninth might have told me about taking We're Not Cursing on this record. And he's like, and then like Slick Rick vibes. He's like, do a Slick Rick vibe. So I think after he said ha ha, and then I wrote the song, and I came to the house or came upstairs, and I was like, this is what we're gonna do. And I said it, and he's like, okay, say it, do it again, but do it like Slick Rick. So this is my Slick Rick impersonation. Nina Ross is something from shooting dice. I grew up street kid shooting dice on a corner. When I say street kid, I mean street culture. I didn't live on the streets. I was just a latchkey kid that had a lot of free time and got into gambling and selling marijuana and smoking marijuana and cigarettes before I was of age. And writing on walls. Like that's the extent of my street, fist fights, things of that nature. To me, pretty normal American inner city behavior. So I learned to shoot dice. Nina Ross is what you call the number 9. So Nina Ross, she the boss. Nina Ross. Nina, you start, I can't, if I play in a game with my kids and we're rolling dice, I'm snapping my fingers. It's a habit. Living Legends, we shot a lot of dice out there. I think it's one of them. We done a lot of stupid shit. I think that was one of the stupidest things we would shoot dice with each other knowing we were all fucking broke. But I guess same thing in the hood. Like we shot dice. Around this time is when I tried to first buy a home. And yeah, like where the corner I used to shoot dice. Like I left one night and literally, I don't know how long, but I had to be 30 minutes because it wasn't out because I came back. They shot one of the dudes that was shooting with us. Motherfuckers shoot each other over shit because it's a bunch of people, usually oppressed, whatever, poor people shooting together. with firearms and intoxicated. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? But just on a pure level of finance, why are we trying to take money from each other in a game? Even if we're all sober and no one has any firearms, this has the potential to become contentious and violent. We're men. And it's like money has replaced our food. This is men gambling their food when there's a limited supply in our area. Like, it's like gambling for liters of water in a drought. We should be trying to find more water together. If we're going to congregate and compete, maybe we should congregate and compete to who could find more resources. But that gets boring because that's what Living Legends were doing. We were a group of MCs that came together to make a movement, and we succeeded. So it got boring, we got drunk, and we shot dice because, fuck it. I paid my rent one time off of shooting dice with Grouch. And Grouch will go into, I'm not an ego, then Grouch will go on and win lots of money for me. Like, I guess it's a way to circulate money. I don't know what we were thinking, but we weren't. But that's Nina Ross. If you're not familiar with the number 9 or the term, need the slang.
Tonic with some lime and I'm scoping out the scene. Then I see Miss Thing, I like to have my sights. Vision of perfection, my obsession for the night. Is she black or she white or another slight mix? Mexican or Asian, dark skin, white chick. Y'all know that's my thing, I jumped on it quick. Thicker than a snicker, had to kick it to the miss. She said, my name is Nina. I said, you know I'm a musician with a penchant for Latinas. She said, that's cool, I'm black, South African in fact. I understand your Spanish, but your accent is whack.
She whack or she white or another slight mix, Mexican or Asian dark skin light chick. She said her name is Nina. I said, ay, que linda. That was a nice thing. This, I wasn't going to say the name, but I'm going to say the name. This is the trip. Knife moved out to the sticks. To me, it's the sticks. We couldn't go into Durham, Raleigh anymore to eat. I'm hungry. I'm a vegetarian, vegan. Mexican food in North Carolina. Nah, bro. We went to Tres Magalles. That's how we say it. I eat Lucy's on Pico and La Brea. My mother ate that. My father ate that. My mother ate that when she was pregnant with me. I have homies from the hood that is like, we can't fuck with Lucy's. Lots of black people say, we don't fuck with Taco Bell. I fuck with all that shit. Taco trucks in Oakland, any corner. I'm eating the fucking burrito with the cojita, whatever, cheese, bruh. Before I knew I was allergic to dairy, like, knock on wood, it doesn't bother me. I love beans and rice, bro. It doesn't love me back, but I love it. But it doesn't get violent to the point. Like, it doesn't, if there's no cheese, I'm stomaching. I may have a little gas, TMI. But look, Tres Magalles fucked me up to the point where I don't remember the name of any other restaurant that I ate. I told a story on this podcast about a man who booed his food at a diner. I remember that food was bad, but I couldn't tell you the name of Tres Magalles. Curse them.
Curse on you.
I feel like somebody moved there. There's no Mexican restaurant. I'm not really that good as a chef, but I am Mexican. So if I make it, it's Mexican food. Ha ha ha. See what I did there? I'll name it. I had no idea what I'm a guy. I consider myself, I at least know 100 words in Spanish, but a lot more, I think. I don't know. I didn't know what a magalle was. That should have been it right there. Tres Magalles fucked me up. Fucked us both up, bro. And we're in the house supposed to be recording. We got back to the house. There was no raps and beats that day. Have you ever been that way? In someone else's home? I didn't have a hotel that day or those days. Just stay at the house. The babies are upstairs. Him and his wife is downstairs. I sleep on the couch. This is an open bathroom. Like, he has his bathroom. I have this bathroom. This is a bad thing. There are ladies that I love in this home. And Tres Magalles fucked us both up.
You know I'm a musician with a penchant for Latinas. She said, that's cool, I'm black, South African in fact. I understand your Spanish, but your accent is whack.
Ay, que linda. That was my borracho voice. And because I was supposed to be drunk in the bar. And then she said, you know, I understand your Spanish, but your accent is whack. Period. I've been told that many times. Listen to mi corazón.
Está siempre en mi mente, so I can't let you get away. Que me traes buena suerte. I need to be with you like every day. Yo lucho hasta la muerte. Busting shots with my AK.
I don't care. You're not going to stop me from trying to speak Spanish. I'm a Los Angelino. I'm going to fucking try. Okay? Correct me. I'm humble, but I'm not going to stop. You're not going to shame me like the French into not speaking Spanish or put it in my raps. I don't know if we have Spanish on this last album. There's no story song, which is rare for me on this last album, and I don't know if I'm speaking Spanish on anywhere. I think maybe you guys did finally beat it out of me, haters. Speaking of which, commercial, Jason the Hater, one of my favorite rappers. I've only seen him rap once live, but it was so amazing that I call him one of my favorite rappers.
Hear ye, people of the region. Here comes a man for all seasons. And blah, see my pops some orange mound, but me, I'm from the Hague, but I'm known from all around. But you ain't got the edges down south since day one. And when it comes to ripping, it's Memphis and stay come. I spit it kinda different, say some, but when God gave a style, see he didn't make one.
He doesn't announce his socials. I don't know where to stream his music. I think it's Jason D.A. Hater. He won't give you its information. But if you're in the Memphis area, he has his own festival called the Undugu Fest. Undugu. May 27th, 28th, 29th. Check out the Undugu Fest and Jason the Hater. Only met the man once. I love him. I was trying to do Undugu Fest. I don't think it's going to happen. But if I had the spare money, I would go fly myself out to rap at Undugu Fest. And there's a football game on Sunday. So if you like football and hip hop with like turntablism and all that, do it. Excellent community. In a few minutes, I'll be filling on that ass. For me, I thought that was clever. I think it's one of my better story raps. I don't understand how when people talk about stories, how this is not part of that. Spoiler alert, Warner Brothers did offer to put out this album. And we said no, but I feel like if we could have done a video for this, it would have been bigger. And I maybe would get my props finally as the best storyteller in hip hop. But I think maybe I should just write books. Another line I'm proud of is all attitude, no aptitude. Imagine her condition after she's had a few. Like my cadence and everything, I'm supreme level Murs right now. I'm not going to compare myself to the great Kendrick Lamar or any of these other people or Eminem with great verbal dexterity. But for me, as you guys have made this journey with me, when you listen to this song, I'm rapping my ass off, bro. I don't give a fuck. But also, I'm telling a story. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have bars and cadence, and I'm telling you a fucking story that doesn't have an obvious ending. Like, it's a good story.
I cried, apologized, but as the tears started forming, she laughed, blew a kiss, then she slammed the trunk on me.
There are other rappers who tell stories. It's obvious this is going to be a story. Once upon a time in the project's a great story, but it's not like, oh shit, like a twist, a turn. This has this. You think what you're hearing is a song about a rapper picking up a chick at the bar. And also I'm dealing with like roofies and like trying to make a statement. A moral to the story is you're fucking, as the homies on Fools Gone Wild say, you're fucking lame if you're putting shit in another male or females or non-binary and human beings drink to take advantage of them sexually, in any way. I could have just had a bar and said roofies are whack, but this is like moral to the story, man. Also, just young rappers like me at this point realizing me stopping sleeping around because one of the homies did get robbed our tour money from a girl he slept with. Like, you are sleeping with a person you just met intoxicated in a dark room with loud music. So you haven't seen or heard them clearly or felt any or sensed anything clearly because you're inebriated. You go home with this individual and let them in your most personal space. I once slept with a girl who had her social security number tattooed on her back as a tramp stamp, as they say. And it was basically like, if I'm going to let someone get this close to me, I might as well give them my government number because my body and my soul is worth more than this number the government gave. It says is the most important thing. But that was like a wake-up call to me. Like, yo, you can get robbed. You know, all kind of things can happen when you're doing these things, and I thought I was finished with that era of my life, and I was trying to throw like, hey, it's whack to do this. It's unsafe for both people or for everyone involved. I don't know if it's safer that now that there's apps and shit, because you can kind of track people. But man, if I had to look at, like, I'm telling my sons, like, it's not worth it, bro. It may be fun, haha, cute. You can rap about it, you're getting your stripes, but bruh, I don't know, man. Still processing a lot of shit.
She looked better than the government check. It was her beauty, not a booty. That's word to Mike Epps. You know I'm a vet, so we marched and we stepped. She said, I'm parked around the corner. It's the Benz on the left. A Benz. Did this broad say a Benz? They took everything I had for me not to call my friends or lose my lunch. But then all at once, this girl sobered up like she was never drunk. She said, that was all a front, Mr. Walk Like a Man. Remember me a few years back to a van? I stuttered, I stammered, I looked for the camera. And when I looked back, she was reaching for the hammer. Pulled out the jammy, aimed it at my throat. She yelled, I said, stop, no, don't. Pistol whipped me, then she hit me, swept me off my feet quickly. Got me for my DS and my sidekick 3. She made me stand up, then she told me strip down. What you gonna do with that glow stick now? She opened up the trunk, made me crawl into it. About to squeeze the trigger, I said, please don't do it. 50 paintballs at point blank range. I flinched, I bled, I screamed out in pain. She said, remember my face. Consider this a message to the women you disgrace. You use us and abuse us anytime you feel horny. Then bounce and you leave a fake number in the morning. I cried, apologized, but as the tears started forming, she laughed, blew a kiss, then she slammed the trunk on me. We talk about Nina, we talk about Nina, we talk about Nina.
She looked better than the government check. Hitting that snare, motherfucker, come on. It was her beauty, not a booty, the word to my that within this song, there's now a double entendre inside joke with just Mike Epps, because he had a, if you see his comedy, he has like, what I love about Mike Epps is that he has a part in that's really famous for All About the Benjamins, where it goes a 30, a 45, a 45, 47. Like this whole, it's a legendary in the black community, definitely, and for a lot of people, hip hop.
No, my woman gave me these numbers to play: 15, 30, 37, 38, 45, 47, 15, 30, 37, 38, 45, 47.
Just hurry up. I got customers to serve.
45, all right. How much are it? $7.50. $7.50.
That scene, funny meme I did see, to address this beef real quick. Somebody, I'm not, by far not taking sides, but somebody said, how many diss songs will there be? And it was like, 45, 13, a 33. And Busta Rhymes even made a song out of it. It's a legendary line.
13, 20, 27, 38.
I'm gonna go and get my
25
over on
27.
Be back in
13
minutes or even
20.
Be back with
27
niggas with them
38s.
I'm gonna go and get my
25
over on
27.
Be back in
13
minutes or even
20.
Be back with
27
niggas with them
38s.
See, there was a situation with a couple niggas I was peeping the way they was moving, analyzing the shit they was doing in the club.
When you go see Mike Epps, he will do his lines from Friday or All About the Benjamins or his movies. And I think more comedians should do that. Like, I'm not mad if Eddie Murphy comes back and does stand-up, and not on the video of it, but at the live show, if he breaks into a little Donkey or Axel Foley, like some Shrek, and like, I want to hear that, bro. Like, why don't we, now that stand-up comedians are actors, like, y'all need to do the hits. That shit is funny. I watch it a bunch of times. Seeing Mike Epps do some of like the Day jokes live. Oh man. So he would do that. So but he also has lines he always comes back to, because I think a lot of his shit is freestyle. And I'm not promoting Mike Epps. Mike Epps isn't for everybody. If you don't come from street culture or have somebody that's been locked up or done anything illegal, some of the shit he says is not funny to you, but it's very hilarious to those of us who get it. And you're not better or worse. There are other comedians that Mike Birbiglia might go on some shit that I don't think is too funny, but I know that he's a master.
What lay people don't understand about us on-time people is that we hate you. And the reason why we hate you is that it's so easy to be on time. You just have to be early, and early lasts for hours, and on time just lasts a second, and then you're late forever. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. We were just talking about you.
She looked better than a government check. It was her beauty, not a booty. That's word to Mike Epps.
She looked better than a government check. Everything's like better than a government check. It's a line he used a lot. And then he says it was your beauty, not your beauty, not your booty. That, those lines. So I put those two lines together. I thought that was cool.
I'm gonna let you know it ain't your booty, it's your beauty.
Later on, I come into a line where I'm like, pulled out the jammy, aimed it at my throat.
Pulled out the jammy, aimed it at my throat. She yelled, I said, stop, no, don't.
But it's pulled out the jammy, aimed it at the sky. She yelled, stick 'em up. Hands did fly, hands whatever. You know, the Beastie Boys line. God bless the Beastie Boys.
Pulled out the jammy, aimed it at the sky. He yelled, stick 'em up, and let's do fly.
So that was another allusion to that. Like, we're hip hop heads. Like, I'm putting all these little intricate things in there for people to get. Got me for my DS and my Sidekick 3, Nintendo DS. Probably just dropped or whatever. Brother Ali will tell you, like, I'm a tech whore. I was when I had disposable income. First iPod, iPhone, laptop, DVD player. Because I got my first record deal in Japan, I think that's where the addiction really started. I mean, fascinated with technology. My grandparents made sure that I had a Commodore VIC-20 to do computer. Like, technology was like, my grandfather saw that as a way to make money if you weren't fluent in it. But buying all the latest equipment, I'm glad I'm not a producer. I would have been broke. But so, yeah, she got me for my DS and my Sidekick 3. That was like weirdo tech flex. And what you're going to do with that glow stick now, more of the meta. Like I mentioned, dark-skinned white girls. Now I'm reminding people about the glow stick. And this is the girl, the glow stick in her pussy, which is a horrible line. It was just said for, I've never done anything like that, but it was said for that. But, and this is like, okay, what if the girl that you said that about, because I've been yelled at at shows about doing that line and saying that and how whatever it was, and it is what it is. But so to address that, I'm like, oh, the girl with the glow stick will get her revenge. Maybe this girl that yelled at me one night in Austin about this line will hear this song and it'll be okay. Me still trying to be liked or something. I don't know. But yeah, just, what you gonna do with that glow stick now, you misogynist fucking piece of shit. And then she shoots me with paintballs and throws me in the trunk.
Pulled out the jammy, aimed it at my throat. She yelled, I said, stop, no, don't. Pistol whip me, then she hit me, swept me off my feet quickly. Got me for my DS and my Sidekick 3. She made me stand up, then she told me strip down. What you gonna do with that glow stick now? She opened up the trunk, made me crawl into it. About to squeeze the trigger, I said, please don't do it. 50 paintballs at point blank range. I flinched, I bled, I screamed out in pain. She said, remember my face. Consider this a message to the women you disgrace. You use us and abuse us anytime you feel horny. Then bounce and you leave a fake number in the morning. I cried, apologized, but as the tears started forming, she laughed, blew a kiss, then she slammed the trunk on me.
And that's kind of what I did to that person that was behaving that way, or at least I thought I did. More on that later. But putting that person away, that person trying to have conquest, the kid that was called ugly that's finally getting girls, blah, blah. I don't think I ever gave anyone a fake number. I did at one point have a road number that I would give to girls so I didn't get caught up with my main circuit of chicks that I wasn't exclusive with anyone, but, but before social media, I'd be in a lot of trouble right now. Out of control.
I love chicks on E that you meet out at these raves. They use it as an excuse for them to misbehave. I met Rachel in the corner, all emotional and mushy. Put my dick on her tongue, glow stick in her pussy. And once upon a time in the land around the way, there lived a couple girls that would never give me play.
But yeah, that's Nina Ross, and that's the end of this episode, y'all. One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite stories. I love it. There's a moral. There's like little ins and out. I had the other part where I'm going to put it all on this card right here. Word up. Knife would say it all the time. Word up.
Nina Ross. Bartender, come serve her up and put it all on this card right here. Word up.
So there's like little things in there that people may not get, or little allusions to hip hop lines. But yeah, one night we went to the Mar Bar, had a True School party. We went to Wawa after, and I made the song. I love the memories that it evokes, and it's solid songwriting, tight delivery. I'm experimenting with my cadence and my voice. So I definitely want to probably, I would say, top 25 songs for me, and definitely top 5 story raps I've done. But Knife is really good for me telling stories. Walk Like a Man, Dream Chaser we have at this point, and now Nina Ross, which a lot of people didn't hear. I didn't know it's so fucking hard to hear this record. So once again, check out Patreon. There's a Pay Dues episode up there that you haven't heard. If you're not on Patreon, we're starting to get in the groove where they're getting the podcast a day early or so. And then you're just supporting me and all my kids, and being able to make a living, because this is the 1 hour I get away from the family a week. The rest of this, I'm homeschooling, and a lot of talk about fatherhood. Let's say that in this battle. And I dare a motherfucking rapper to out-father me. So if you want to support good fathering while people talk about who's the worst father, subscribe to the Patreon. Come to Death Row.
Come to Death Row. Come to Death Row. Come to
Patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in LA podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace. Peace.